Welcome to Tech with L and F. Have you ever stopped and asked, why do people keep buying the same iPhone over and over again? Let's go back to the beginning, that little apple with a bite. It wasn't random. The Apple logo is a symbol of knowledge, inspired by the biblical fruit from the tree of wisdom. But beyond symbols, Apple's real genius is making us believe we need their next product, even if we already have one. Ever noticed how each iPhone feels almost identical to the last? But Apple tweaks just enough to make your old phone feel outdated. They'll change the camera shape, the color, even remove things like the charger. And when people complain, Apple sells the solution for more money. But here's the twist. They've made you want it. Apple mastered psychological pricing. $999 sounds way cheaper than $1,000. It's not just a phone anymore, it's a status symbol. Apple products are aspirational. They're designed to make you feel successful. And let's not ignore the ecosystem. Once you're in it, it's hard to leave. Everything just works. It's called customer lock-in, and Apple's the master of it. Even their packaging? Minimal, premium, addictive. Apple sells experience, not just electronics. So why do people keep buying? Because Apple sells a feeling. They release one phone a year, on purpose. Unlike Androids, where 10 models drop monthly, Apple keeps it special. Scarcity, anticipation, FOMO, all wrapped into one shiny product. Remember when Steve Jobs introduced the first iPhone? He didn't just launch a phone, he changed the world. Jobs was a master storyteller. He made every product launch feel like a moment in history. Today, Apple continues that legacy with sleek shows, scripted suspense, and choreographed reactions. And those whispers before each release? Apple leaks details on purpose. It creates hype, drives search trends, and keeps Apple always in the conversation. Even controversial changes like removing the headphone jack sparked debate and attention. When Apple removed chargers from the box, they saved billions and sold chargers separately. Now, they're switching to USB-C, but guess what? That also means you'll buy new accessories. But even then, Apple sells it like an upgrade. It's all part of the playbook. Remove, sell separately, call it innovation. The result? Apple became a trillion-dollar company. They make less than 20% of global phones, but take over 80% of all smartphone profits. Why? Because Apple doesn't compete on price, they compete on identity. Apple says, we're not for everyone, we're for the best. Each iPhone model is sold with just a few differences, but big emotions. You don't upgrade because you need to, but because you feel like you have to. They use anchoring to make prices seem reasonable. And they use color psychology. That deep blue or space gray. It's not random. Apple even invented new names. Retina Display, Face ID, Dynamic Island. These words sound magical, but often it's the same tech with a shiny name. So why do we fall for it? Because Apple doesn't sell specs. They sell belongings. Even people who know all this still buy. Apple made tech emotional. That's why their fans feel loyal even when they disagree. And as long as you're in their world, you'll always want the next thing. So is Apple evil? Not really. They're just better at playing the game. Now that you know the game, you can choose how you play. Now you know why Apple makes you think it was your idea to upgrade. Want more mind-blowing tech truths? Hit subscribe to Tech with L and F, and we'll show you what no one else will.